How's it going, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This video is going to be doing some predictions for how and when I think the governor is going to get killed. Right, so a couple days ago we got promo number 4 for The Walking Dead second half of season 3. And in it, the governor had quite a few different scenes. Figured it'd probably be about time for me to do a video just discussing what I think is going to happen with him as a character, and when I think he's going to die, who do I think is going to kill him. So, of course, in the promo, we see a few different little parts that maybe could allude to it. You have Andrea. She's there with the knife, kind of, looks like she's thinking about it, thinking about which side she should really be on. Him telling her that if she goes to the prison that she can stay there and not come back or whatever. We also don't know at this point how many men the governor really has to fight for him. We know that Rick's group has quite a few, especially now that Merle and Daryl are coming back with Rick. At least from what it looks like in the preview, that's probably going to happen. So if that's the case, I would imagine this is like a season finale type of event here. So when the governor actually does die, or at least leaves the storyline, meaning they don't necessarily have to kill him, but let's say the governor was to kill a bunch of members of Rick's group and the remaining members just scattered or ran away as a result of, a tank or a rocket launcher or guns being fired at them or something going on. So if they were to flee, then the governor could essentially escape the storyline. Then we could come back to him later, either in season 4 or something like that, or maybe even just pick back up on it later on, have the characters run into him later or something like that happen later in the story, which is a very real possibility too. Now, I don't think they're probably going to do that. I think they're probably going to resolve the whole governor thing within season 3, and I do think he's going to die by the end of it. Who kills him? I don't know. I think that's a really tough one to say. Andrea is probably one of your top people there, characters there that probably could do it and would have reason to, because she's kind of in between. So maybe they'll make it. I think it would make sense to have that scene where she's kind of looking like she's got the knife and everything. Think about it, right? Then decide not to go back with the governor. Have him do some things, and then at the end have her switch sides and go back to being loyal to Rick and the rest of the group by shooting him. I think that's probably our best bet. Maybe, shoot him from behind or something while there's a big shootout going on or something like that, and have her switch sides back over. Other options. Well, we have Rick, of course. Rick, pretty good potential, I would say, to kill the governor, I would think, at the end of the season. He doesn't have as much motivation, but he's the leader of the group, and it's sort of like a group versus group type thing. So when the governor and Merle did that kind of stuff to Glenn and Maggie and all that, it kind of reflects on Rick's leadership, because he did allow them to go, and also he kind of would feel somewhat responsible to protect them in the group. So I think it would make sense if he was the one to do it, either shoot him or whatever. Maybe just defending the group, kill him off, or do something like that. Michonne, kind of, but I don't think she has enough motivation. In the comic books, she had a lot of motivation to want to kill the governor, if you guys know what I'm talking about, if you've read them. And the TV series is not necessarily the same. Yes, he did try to kill her, but she went back after him already, and she did some serious damage to him. So it would, it would be okay if she killed him in the end, like at the end of the season or something like that, but I don't think that it would be as impactful as if you had Andrea do it or Rick do it, because the governor, aside from trying to kill her once, really hasn't done much else. Another option would be Merle. Merle would definitely be a good option, I would think, because he's kind of in between as well, sort of similar to Andrea. It seems like the governor's going to turn his back on him, and he's probably going to have to go back to the prison with Rick and the group. In the next episode, we'll see if that does in fact happen. Based on the promos, it looks like it probably will. But he also may fill the role of Martinez in the comic book series, where he goes, essentially, Martinez in the comic book series pretends like he's leaving with Rick and helping him get away from Woodbury, just to find their location, to go back to Woodbury afterwards, to let the governor know exactly where they are and everything like that. Now, I thought they had an actor for that, but that might have been misinformation or just not have worked out. Merle could fill that role in the TV series. Have Merle go, and then switch his mind or change his mind and go back and be loyal to the governor again. Go back to him. Even though I think that'd kind of be a little bit weird, because if he's with Daryl, Daryl's his brother. You'd think that's more than enough reason for him to switch groups to begin with. So if the governor is to, sort of make it look like he's about to kill him or do something like that, I would think he wouldn't, he wouldn't go back to him afterwards after going over to Rick's group with his brother, unless he's that loyal to the governor that he would leave his brother's group to go over. That'd be strange. However, it would make sense in another way, because he probably hates Rick more than the governor because of what happened to him with his hand and all that. And also, Glenn and Maggie are gonna want to kill the guy, right? So he may not have a choice. Maybe they will be deciding whether or not they're going to kill him, and that's that whole Herschel thing. And he'll go back, and then maybe eventually, change back if the governor's going to, kill Daryl or something like that. So that could be another possibility, I think, too. Anybody else? I mean, there's always the possibility somebody else could do it, like a member of the governor's group, sort of like in the comic book series, how you had, I forget the girl's name. I'm not sure if it was Lily or not, or maybe a different name. I forget. But she, because the governor makes her kill a baby, she ends up killing the governor afterwards, losing it and doing that. I have to look up in the book, the trade, what her name is, because I forget offhand. But you guys know who I'm talking about. So I think that's probably it. I mean, it could be a random member of Rick's group, or something that happens later on in the season that gets tied up by that person killing the governor, because there is still a lot of season left. We still have 8 episodes left, and we're so deep in the storyline now. I think it's going to end this season. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about it. How do you think the governor's going to die, and when? Trev's prediction, I think he'll die in the finale, or close to it, like 1 or 2 or 3 episodes before the finale, or in the season finale. And I think it's probably high chance that you're looking at Andrea, Merle, maybe Michonne, Rick, maybe Daryl, if the governor was to kill Merle or something like that, or something that occurs later on that then they tie it up with later that we haven't seen yet, which would make sense too. Anyway, that's pretty much all I got to say about this topic. Very excited to see it. Wish the governor's storyline would have lasted through season 4, because I think it's fantastic, but it looks like to me they're going to finish it this season. Anyway, that's it for this video, guys. I'll see you for the next one. This is Trev saying peace.